Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So, Jay, interesting comments yesterday that we saw coming from Kid Austin's social media account. And if I'm not mistaken, his dad is the person who's running his social media. And
Right.
they make a bold claim that they have a mole inside the camp of Shakur Stevenson. They understand everything that it is that he's doing in preparation for the fight with Kid Austin. We did a video, I think this was probably about a week and a half or so ago. We talked about having Floyd in camp, having Terrence Crawford sparring with
Porter.
Sean Porter, sparring with Andre Ward. Just a lot of preparation for a guy that they said is just a prospect. Although, we got some pushback in regards to that. It wasn't that we were making any kind of slight towards Shakur Stevenson in regards to using everything that's at his disposal. We were bringing up the fact that the kid must be a bigger threat than what he initially wanted us to believe from his social
Exactly.
media posts. So they commented on this to a certain extent, talking about, and I wish I had the message up. I actually don't have it. Let me see if I can find that message real quick. Jay, I think you had sent it to me. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not looped there. Let me see if I can pull it up here real quick so that the people can know what it was. Okay, here we go, right here. You cannot talk about a person, parents, and think is going to be boxing in there. This is 100% a real fight. Break that rib and everything else we hit, even at 148.5. Kid, normal fight weight is about that. I don't know what that means. You're telling me he's a welterweight. Shakur is in trouble. Nobody can give him the confidence. Then he said it's crazy that one of his soldiers told us everything about our opponent. We know your weaknesses. He says weakness, but I'm going to say weaknesses. Our opponent's camp was something because we know he will lose, has too many physical and mental issues. We come into box. We come in to fight, not box. Our goal is to break his face. So he said that they got a mole in the camp, a soldier that's supposed to be associated with Shakur Stevenson that is giving them inside information. Apparently, from the sounds of it, Shakur Stevenson has some mental things going on, some mental and physical things that are currently going on and that they're aware of and that they're going to take advantage of, or they fully expect that they're going to have the ability to take advantage of. And I think that is quite interesting, Jay. What's your thoughts on this? And do you believe that they truly have a mole in the camp of Shakur Stevenson that's feeding them information that they can use to get a competitive advantage?
Yeah, well, a few things. He mentioned the weight because supposedly they have a rehydration clause in this fight here. So that's why
Hmm.
he was saying about the 148 and a half.
Gotcha.
Um, Also weird that about the whole mole, because he was talking about they may have had a mole in their camp on the Shakur side. So they had to
Hmm.
clean house. So now it's the opposite way going right now. I don't think you need necessarily mole. I mean, Shakur has the experience over Kid Austin. Shakur is overall the better fighter. Let's just be real. People say we be hating on Shakur or anything like that. But to the point is, we have seen Shakur have some kind of meltdowns on Twitterson doing what he does. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? On there, he's always trying to ask for validation also on Twitter as well. So that could be what Kid Austin's dad is alluding to. We know of his physical disabilities or issues he's had as far as his hands. Even the picture he has on the Ring magazine, they have him showing his knuckles. His hands look they've been through some wars. So he's had surgeries multiple times and had multiple issues with his hands on that. But I don't know how much that's going to help them as far as having
Hmm.
someone in the camp, because you still got to fight him. You know, Kid Austin's going to be in the ring, not the dad, not the mole, or whoever the soldiers from Shakur's side is in there saying he has to. You still have to fight him. Shakur's a very capable and smart fighter in there. Don't take nothing from him. Um, but we're gonna have to see what Kid Austin brings in there. How much hunger he has in there. We haven't really seen Shakur really in the ring get hurt. We know he admitted to saying the hardest punch he took was from a little Oscar Valdez to a body shot that really hurt him, but he didn't show it. So that's what they're talking about, going sort of break the rib, and they're talking about break the face. Shakur really don't get hit in the face too often. Although he took a few shots from Artem, and Artem caught him nicely. He actually held Artem a little bit on one of the punches on that. But it's a tall task for Kid Austin to have against Shakur. On that, Abdul Mason don't think he's going to beat him. Dude Mason think he might actually get stopped.
Hmm.
But it's I don't know what that moral is going to bring to Kid Austin to really help him in the ring too much against Shakur.
Yeah, I don't disagree, man. Even if they making the comment in regards to Shakur Stevenson having mental and physical issues going on currently in camp, that may very well be true. I have no idea. What I suspect is that most fighters have physical and mental issues going on in camp. Physical issues
Definitely.
in terms of having some type of ailment currently going on. Mental issues in terms of having to grind through those issues. Now, I don't know if they're talking about mental issues outside of just the normal grind associated with preparing for a fight. We stay out of those lanes if that's something going on that has nothing to do with us. But I will say this. I do believe that the gap in skill is so great that even if Shakur is dealing with something both mentally and physically in camp, that he will still have the necessary and requisite skills to deal with anything that Kid Austin brings. And that's just because of the lack of experience from Kid Austin's perspective. I just think this fight is too soon for him to be successful. Just against somebody like Shakur Stevenson. And even if he had the requisite experience, doesn't necessarily mean he would ever be successful in a fight with Shakur Stevenson. So I'm not calling this a cherry by any means. I like the fact that Shakur is willing to take the fight. I like that Kid Austin was willing to take the fight. So Shakur would get I've seen some people get credit, say they will give Shakur credit. I've seen other people say they won't give him credit. I'll give him credit for the win, but my issue is then don't give him credit and then start to discredit other people for opponents that are similar or less. That's my only issue, because then I'll start to say, yeah, well, if you're talking about this, then I'm going to then talk about that.
Yep. It's only fair. I mean, he can't go also after this fight here with Kid Austin with him with a victory. He can't go back and fight a Joe Cordina neither. He can't go back that route at all.
Yeah.
I give Kid Austin his team 100% credit on wanting this fight. Because to your point, it's like I think it's too early for him. I think it's real too early, especially after the way he looked after his last fight. He showed some flaws on that, and Shakur is very, very talented. People say we don't give him his credit. He's very talented. It's the stuff he does on Twitter is what annoys the heck out of us. The fact that he's in the ring and not doing certain things that all his team has advocated for him to do, especially specifically the Artem fight where they told him to press him and get him up out of there, but he held back. Oh, he's strong, and all this stuff here. He hit hard and all this stuff. He held back on that. So I mean, it's going to be a decent fight, I think, on there, and we'll see if Kid Austin proves us wrong, so that he doesn't need the experience. He just he trains hard, and he has that mold to help him get the advantage over Shakur.
We will see. You guys let us know what you think in the comments section in regards to this. I'm excited about these fights that are coming up over the next couple of weeks. Should be entertaining. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media, and we are out.